this short video training module on how to be powerfully productive. In this video, our goal is to help you double your productivity as a business manager or within your business career or in running your own business. And we're going to provide a number of kind of bullet point type tips here on how you can do so. Some of these tips we have whole videos on, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on each individual idea. We'll give you enough information that you can take some action on them and use this within your own business. The first example I want to give is a light. If you have if you compare a light you might have in the ceiling of your house or your place of business versus a laser, a laser has a ton of energy pointed at a single spot where a normal light is diffused, all over the room. And that's the difference between a business that's ineffective and really effective. If you're really focused on what you know you need to do, on the benefits your customers care about, on your core competencies, on the overlap between the three circles, kind of hedgehog strategy of your business, those are all things that make you more powerful. The more diffused you are and scattered and distracted, then the less powerful and effective and productive you'll be. So keep that in mind. Another analogy is one that I've used before in one of our other training videos, and that is, if you get a disposable camera for $3 and a $100,000 camera might be used by a professional photographer, if you don't focus that $100,000 camera, it'll take worse pictures than the $3 camera. And it's the same with a big business. It could be a billion-dollar business launching a new service, but if they're really diffused and who they're talking to and the benefits and how they construct that product or service, or they're distracted by bureaucracy and other things, then somebody starting a business that only has $100,000 in revenue can actually do a lot better because they're completely focused on making sure that the product is launched right and has all the benefits and features that people want, and provide the right customer service that people are going to expect. So by having focus, you can be more efficient than even your biggest competitors that have seemingly unlimited resources because they're not going to execute fast enough or not in the right direction or without enough focus. Another tip for being more productive is to make sure that you use focus periods. You have periods of 30 minutes to 90 minutes where you work nonstop on one objective or goal or priority without any interruption, without phone calls or meeting with employees or meeting with your co-managers or business partners. This will allow you to get done a lot of work faster than your competition, because most people have their email open all day. They're working on what's fun first, and they're working for 10, 15 minutes at a time. They get distracted by something, they work a little bit more, they get a snack, and they just don't get a lot done per day. Some people can get more done within 1 or 2 45-minute sessions than other people get done all day with constant interruptions. So if you need to work in someplace outside your office, or close your office door, or come into work early so you can leave a little bit early, and during those early 2 hours before other people get to work, you can get all of your important projects done for the day, and then you can spend the rest of the day replying to emails like other people do as well. If you can't prevent interruptions, that can be a good solution. Another tip is to make sure you get rid of as many distractions as possible, just like interruptions, just like getting rid of your email. Put your phone on silent, come in early to work, as I mentioned before, and just make sure that when you are getting ready to sit down and work for 90 minutes straight or 60 minutes straight, you have everything you need to get all that work done. If you're going to need some resource or person or advice first, go get that first so they don't have to be distracted by the fact that you don't have all those resources for you in place when you're beginning to work on that project. And another tip is just to make sure that you have a not to-do list always in front of you. Lots of people have to-do lists, and they can be good for managing your time, but almost nobody has stop doing lists or not to-do lists. So on your stop doing list, you might have something like stop checking your email more than 4 times a day, stop replying to emails that aren't really productive when you could just make a quick phone call or ignore the email, stop subscribing to email lists that aren't really related to your core area of work or aren't really adding a lot of value to you. Maybe stop looking up personal things when you're at work so you can stay more focused at work. Maybe stop taking personal cell phone calls until lunchtime so you can stay more focused. Maybe stop trying to launch new products and services that aren't directly focused on your core competencies and aren't going to drive what your business is really good at and could make a lot of money and have fun doing. Having a really long not to-do list is just as important as sticking to your top priorities and objectives. So it's really important to have that in place and have that in front of you all the time. And the last tip for being really productive is just to make sure that you have, and this is an idea from Vern Harnish, is to have not only your top 5 priorities at all times, but make sure you know what your number 1 priority is at all times, so that you can always be going towards your top priority and always only be working on your top 5 priorities. This way, if you're looking at how to manage your day, if you somehow get all of your top 5 priorities completed, which will probably never happen in one day because some of these priorities will be long term, then you can move on to other ideas to research or people to meet with. But until you've gotten a lot of progress done on your top 5 priorities, then everything else is a distraction that we were talking about, and you should come into work early to make sure you make progress on those top 5 priorities. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. It kind of summarizes some top high-level ideas on how to be more productive and how to double your productivity as a business manager. Thanks for joining us today. This is businesstraining.com, where you can earn master's level qualifications to make more money.